going, everyone, and welcome to the TML Podcast. I'm here with Coach Boone today. How you doing, Coach?
How's it going, Weaver?
Doing good, doing good. We are supported by Gatorade and Turtle Beaches.
Gotta love my Gatorade.
He's got his Turtle Beaches on, too. All right. Question one, Coach, how's the season going?
Season's alright, man. I can't complain. 2-2, we're not exactly where I wanted to be. Wanted to be somewhere around 3-1. That's 4-0. But I can't complain. We got a good running game. We got a good offense. It's working well this year. Last year, I think the problem was that we lacked a lot of assertiveness on the front line, a lot of assertiveness in the run game. Got bullied around a lot by big, strong defensive tackles. Like when I played the Texans, Vince Wilfork just wreaked havoc in my backfield with J.J. Watt and Davian Clowney. And I think we addressed that in the offseason. We progressed and we got better. And I think we're here and ready to go this year.
All right, yeah. And then Mariota dating Rihanna. How's that going? How's that going?
I don't want to delve too much into his private life, but she's a cute girl, man. I can't blame him. And as long as his play keeps up and he keeps having a good season like he's having, I can't really say too much about it. She's welcome here as long as he's doing well. And so far, he's come in. He's had a couple rocky games here and there. Yeah, 6 TDs and only 3 picks, and I'd like him to keep those down. But he's had a couple rocky starts, here in the season. He's sitting on, a nice, I want to say, 110 QB rating, 108 QB rating.
Wow, that's high.
Just under 1,000 yards. Yeah, I'm trying to keep him up there and keep him efficient as a quarterback, and anchored by a nice run game. This year I can't really fault him. Last year he was kind of on a rock by himself, and this year he's getting some help from David Cobb, and we had a little controversy with Jeremy Langford. Came in first three carries on the season. He fumbled, pulled him out. We don't tolerate that here. So I let David Cobb come in, and he's averaged about 70 yards a game so far.
Wow, and you got to look at coming into offseason. You did get Jeremy Langford, and stuff like that. But what are you going into looking into offseason? Where's your main concern?
I think with Parrish Cox getting up there in age, it's about time that we look for another corner to go along with Justin Gilbert. Justin Gilbert progressed pretty nicely. I feel like we have a solid core defense, a young left end that was just drafted. We have a nice big boy. I like my defense tackles to be big boys. A nice 360-pound big boy in the middle to hold up and plug up that gap. Our safeties play well, and outside of a cornerback, I'm just picking for pleasure at that point. It's just whatever I want, whatever I see is the best on the board I can take, because we just have that ability and that depth that I can just, pick up somebody to be a nice backup, maybe a linebacker, maybe a safety, give a little help on that back end. But offense is pretty much taken care of. Although I would like one running back, I always like those 6'2", 230, 240-pound, benching 25 reps in the combine running backs. Would like one of those.
Yeah. And then your number one receiver, as we were talking about, Kendall Wright. Just a monster on the field.
Kendall, all the right moves. The man is a monster. I got to tell you that now. He's missed a game this season due to injury, but my gosh, the man had 131 yards, 103 yards, 93 yards. The man is a monster in that slot. I know there's a lot of controversy last year thanks to J-Mag and his crying self, but Kendall Wright is here to stay in the slot.
As he sold the team.
He sure did, and I think he came back for a little while. I don't know if he's in the league anymore or not. I guess it's not really important because
it ain't important anymore.
It ain't really important. Kendall Wright is the man, and he's not going anywhere. He's gonna sit in that slot and he's gonna hold it down.
And thoughts on what would be your way if you had a way to communicate through the TML and make it a bigger social media aspect? What would be your main thing to try to get into the TML, like a radio show, anything like in like something?
Well, we had a nice idea from the Saints guy with the highlights of the week. Now, I don't necessarily know if it should be like weekly. That's a lot to keep up with and have a outside life. I think we should probably do like maybe once a regular week or once every 2 weeks. Just do every 4 weeks of gameplay. A nice little highlight reel, maybe top 5 plays, but that will require a lot of people to just save replays if you're not on Twitch. And
Yeah, yeah. Or you could just game DVR them.
you sure can. Now, what you can do is, like I've been doing, I'll broadcast my games when I'm playing other games. I'm broadcasting other games with a group of friends. You can broadcast your game with someone else, with you two in a chat room, as well as having a group of people from the league in the chat room as well, so everybody can talk on the mic during the game.
Yeah,
That's an interactive way to watch the games.
Yeah, that comes to where we're thinking about TML Live, where we will watch your game, have our little outboarders and stuff like that. It comes down to it. I think it'd be a really good thing, and maybe we could see you on TML Live one time. You record.
I sure would be up for it, man. I'm all about the fans. I'm all about making the league, giving them something to watch, and putting on the show. So I would 100% love to, broadcast one of my games, let the league watch, give them something to watch, and hear the reactions live. Because I like doing comebacks. That's my thing. I love coming back in the fourth quarter. So
yeah, and then David Fails. David Fails coming back to the Tennessee Titans.
Ah, boy, oh.
He is home. Come from the Tennessee Titans. Goes somewhere else. Goes to the Eagles. Eagles guy, they've been running through the GMs all season. Then, on top of it all, gets dropped by a CPU. He comes to Cleveland. And then, after that, he wants this $40 million contract. Then you blow like $60 million or something like that to get David Fails.
Well, his contract, he's sitting at about a $25 million contract over 4 years. So, they say in the song, "It ain't too proud to beg." I ain't too proud to beg. I wanted him back. I had to ask every single Eagles owner to bring him back, and it took a while, but it finally got done. And then that conniving, underhanded Sonny Weaver that you are decided that you was just going to sign him out of free agency, knowing he didn't want to play for you. But it's cool, though, because in the offseason, he came back home. And he comes back. He's here. He's been happy. He's working with Mariota. And he knows he'll get his chance to play here and there because there's going to be somebody with a blowout. I mean, heck, Sean White's in my division, so there's a blowout coming.
I mean, I think I think rivalry games would be a great thing for TML Live, but and there's another thing is the new direction. Thoughts on the new direction?
I think it's good for the league. I think this interactive Madden thing is what brings the league to life. It's what helps keep it from dying out. Like around these times, usually, like especially after the holidays, people die off of Madden and they kind of like lose interest. So I think that if we take an active approach to keep fans and keep the players and owners involved throughout the entire year, they feel invested in. They feel like they have a sense of ownership or a sense of connection or relation with the players. They built them. They got them from the ground up. They've given them stories and backstories, and it helps keep people interactive with it. And then involved with the Twitter where you can tweet, just any time of the day and get a response outside of the group chat. It allows for people, feel like they're a part of something. So, that's good. I think we have a good leadership on our hands. I feel like we have a good focus and a good direction that we're headed. So we'll see how this ends up when the next Madden comes out and how many of the people we have still in the group.
Definitely, and it comes down to when we're not a special league. We are a special league in our own way, but I think it comes down to we're the best out there. We try to do our best. We try to do podcasts, stuff like that, and it keeps things interactive and moving, and it builds rivalries sometimes. You can even like it does. I mean, you had the biggest rivalry with the Falcons, dude. At some point, I remember very short period. You had a thing with the Seahawks. Then you had a little thing with the Falcons. Then you're coming at me.
Well, I like to have rivalries because it brings out the best. Like I said, when people play me, we could cut the cameras off and we could just go toe to toe in a bathroom stall and see who comes out the winner. Because I want the best. Whatever it takes for you to be at your best, I want to play you at your best. Give me everything you got. Because like when we played a hell of an AFC Championship game, and I cannot wait to get my revenge for that game. When I got Kenny coming up, this is going to be my first time playing Kenny. I cannot wait to whoop Kenny's ass. The Seahawks are going down. You got Kratos and Candy in that NFC North. They put up a great division last year, and I'll give it to them. they did a great job coming through the AFC South. The AFC South is not an easy division to come play. And I like the rivalries here, like with Eric Taylor and how he swiped Ogletree from me at the last second. There are rivalries there. There's aggression there. There's people that you want to play and you want to beat badly, so you invest a little more in the game. You take your time with the game. There are things like that make the league interesting. That's what makes it fun. If you want to come in here and be just silent and you just play your games and go about your business, that's not going to make it fun. You're doing nothing. You can play that by yourself or with friends. You want to start a rivalry. You want someone you want to beat that you're going to see often.
Yeah, you came in day one telling everybody how you were the best around. You were king of the hill, and then you come to the AFC Championship game, and what I call is the tablet malfunction.
Yeah.
They were reading the plays wrong. You read the play wrong. It ended up bad. That's what happens.
I think someone hit a button in that Brown Stadium that cut off my Wi-Fi alone and no one else's Wi-Fi. But hey, that's just me. I have no proof of it, so I guess it's kind of like the lights in the Raven Stadium. You can't question it.
You never know. I mean, just anything can happen. But definitely coming up, Browns versus Titans. I know who your pick is. It'd be decent to see a league vote possibly. And
there's no question who's going to win that game. We don't need a league vote. I'll tell you right now, the Titans are going to win that game, and the league will agree.
And when it comes down to it, Mettenberger gets sold from the Browns and goes to the Bengals. I mean,
that's surprising. I didn't think you'd let go of him.
See, it came down to the fact that it was kind of stone cold. Well, Mettenberger, I go and play the AFC Championship game. We disconnect. Mettenberger, before we disconnect, tears his ACL. Or no, re-tears his shoulder. No, he tore his shoulder week 3. He's out 7 weeks, all right? He comes back. He re-tears that same shoulder. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then we go into the game. He finally gets everything healed and then tears his ACL again. Or his ACL. And I was like, no, we're done here. And then I get Ryan Mallett, $13 million, 4 years. He's as good as the quarterback I just drafted. Now I have a $7 million cap penalty, and then on top of that, I have another $3 million if I cut Ryan Mallett or trade him.
Perfect.
It was the worst decision of my life. And then I just traded for McCarron.
Oh, I got a special place in my heart for McCarron, man. McCarron is a man. I had another league. I had another league, man. I had the Titans last year, before we had Mariota.
Yeah.
Oh man, I traded for McCarron. That was my boy. He did some damage, but he plays with my play style. I don't know if he's better suited for you or not. I don't know if you're ready for him. That play style. You say you don't like quarterbacks that lack a strong arm. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's a West Coast, under 15-yard quarterback.
Don't pass the date.
Yeah, and he's made of glass. Oh my God, he's made of glass. Don't let him get hit.
No, he's actually not made of glass. He's got 94 injury.
Okay.
This year.
Don't worry, I'll prove my statement right. Bring him to Tennessee. Don't worry. He's not leaving.
He ain't playing. He ain't playing in the Tennessee game. I'm letting
we'll get him in the game. We'll get him in the game. Don't worry about that.
Then you gotta face Aaron Murray. Then you gotta take Murray out.
That's fine. We'll take them all out. That's not a problem. I told you.
Then
we hit the quarterback. I don't care if you hand the ball off, if you throw it. They don't call roughing the passer in Tennessee. We will hit that quarterback late. We will hit him nonstop. We will hit him till he's on the floor. If he wants to try and block, he'll get put down. We take out knees. We play with aggression that is not seen in this league. I don't care if he throws the ball. He's getting hit. You can complete the pass. Your quarterback's going to be on the ground.
Wow. We got another minute here to decide because that'll be 15 minutes to wrap it up. But is there anything else you want to throw out? A rivalry possibly that you'd like to build with somebody? And then I can try to get them on the podcast and see what their thoughts are on this.
Well, outside of my game, because I know I'm going to be back on the show when I play Kenny. That week we will be back on the show, me and him. I'm sure of it. Mm-hmm. Outside of playing you and whooping your ass this year, there's really nobody left. I'll see Eric Taylor sometime in the playoffs. He'll get his own. I definitely plan on making it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to welcome Soapy Sam to the division. The new Jaguars.
He came over Kenny.
He did. He had a good game, and I'm not really happy about that because I need to be the number one in the division. But we'll get to that later. I just want to welcome him to the division and tell him he's not taking this. This is my division. All mine.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching the TML Podcast. Coach Boone out. And make sure to support our sponsors, Gatorade and Turtle Beaches. I hope you have a nice night, guys. See you later.